Hello, good morning y'all, and we're going to be installing sway bar links on my GF8 Impreza. So we're going to be replacing the front and the rear. See how it's loose and wiggling? I tightened it down on both sides, but these are just starting to show their age, and it causes a lot of flex, especially with the condition of the rubber in the sway bar, and causes a lot of clunking in the front end. And then the rears, they're definitely showing their age too. You can see the rears are definitely showing their age too. You can see the cracked bushing in there. It's not the best for even daily driving, especially if you're going to be tracking or driving the car hard. But you definitely want to go on ahead and replace them. So here's the replacement part that we're going to be using. We're going to be replacing with max speeding rods. These are available on Amazon for $90 US. These are definitely the more affordable option over the white line and the AVO Turbo World options that I have. So in the back, these are 14 millimeters for both the top and the bottom. What we're going to do is spray a little bit of penetrant. That's really on there. Even my my Milwaukee can't even rip that off. Wow. But first, let's at least just get this fastener off. Now we're gonna try with a 4 amp hour battery. Well, I think that's doing the trick. So as you guys can see, this fastener is rust welded to the inside race on this bushing. So now we're going to try the other side. Look how much easier that came off. So as you can see, you can actually remove the bolt on this one, even though it's rusty. I was showing you guys on the driver's side that yes, you're supposed to be able to remove this. So your top bolt on the front is going to be a 14, and then the bottom is going to be a 12. And then with the top disconnected, we're going to disconnect the bottom. Alright, so this is all 4 of the sway bar links. As you can see, the condition of all of them is just shot. These are all the old fasteners. Some of them still have a little bit of the zinc coating, but overall these really need to get replaced and get the car into much better driving shape. And with the new, just like this. And the cool thing is this kit comes with brand new fasteners that we're gonna use and not use the old crusty ones. So when you guys are installing these links, just be sure that you're careful, especially on the lateral links. So you might actually need to bend these little brackets out of place, so that way you can actually slide it in, and it'll be way easier to do it like that. So the important thing to note, what you just saw, is I put the washer on top of the bushing because the other side is going to have a lock nut that came with the kit. So that is where you want to have the washer whenever you're mounting these. Alright, so we'll tighten this all up at the end and torque everything down. So just remember, whenever you're installing the front sway bar links, that the meatier portion, or the bigger polyurethane bushing, is going to be on top, the smaller one's going to be on the bottom. Because the races, this is meant to seat the 12mm bolt, and this is meant to seat the 14mm bolt. So in this kit, the locking nuts are 17mm and the bolts themselves are 16mm for the bigger ones. These bottom ones are 13mm. So the best way to tighten this down is to get behind the control arm. And I don't have an extension on me, so then you just tighten it down. The lock nut prevents the nut itself from backing out due to a nylon ring that's on the inside of it. Alright, so we're going to lower the car because the suspension is in full droop right now. We need to load the suspension so that way we can torque these bolts down on the front and rear links. The top and bottom bolts on the rear are torqued to 44 foot-pounds, and on the front link the top bolt is torqued to 44 foot-pounds as well, but the bottom is torqued to 29 foot-pounds. As you can see, we have the max speeding rods. Changed out the old ones for the new ones. Thank you guys for watching my tutorial on how to change out these sway bar links on the front and the rear. Arigatou gozaimasu.